The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. For its incredible gameplay and story, Ocarina of Time is considered one of the greatest masterpieces ever created. But it's not so much as the story that makes this game a great game. It's also the numerous amount of glitches attainable in this game. Some of these glitches are just goofy and weird, while most of them are useful for sequence breaks. In this video we will be looking at some of the cool glitches you can do in Ocarina of Time. Let's start off with a glitch you can do at the very beginning of the game. In this glitch we will be escaping from Kokiri Forest without even doing the first dungeon. There are 3 different ways we can do this glitch, so I'll be going through all 3 methods. The first method is to escape through the main exit. Make sure to grab the Kokiri sword and the Deku shield before doing this glitch. When approaching the exit, one of the know-it-all brothers is standing in front of it. But he can't really keep us out, so we can just clip right through him. What we need to do is break this sign, walk up against this wall, and then target it. While Z-targeting the wall, hold up left on the analog stick to get a good position. After doing this, let go of Z-target and turn right 90 degrees. Press the C up button to go into first person view. Now try to get an angle exactly like this. The best visual cue for this angle is to be looking directly at this green patch on the wall. Now exit first person view and hold R to crouch. Now press B to do a crouch stab and immediately mash A. If done correctly, you should be clipped inside the know-it-all brother. Now that we're in the know-it-all brother circle, we have 2 options. We can either roll under him with an angle like this, or we can just make him fall through the ground. To make him fall through the ground, get him in a position like this and inch slowly towards the entrance until he falls to the ground. Whichever way you decide to do it, the result is always the same and you will escape the forest much earlier than intended. The second method of forest escape takes place in the Lost Woods. We're going to use a technique called NAVI diving to get to the bottom of this pond here. To do this, face the stone at this angle and then jump towards it. Link should automatically grab the stone and then climb on top of it. As you see the NAVI icon appear at the top right of the screen, press B repeatedly to pull out your sword and do a jump attack. As Link lands back onto the stone, spam up C to talk to NAVI. If done correctly, Link should sink all the way to the bottom of the pond. Now hold down or down left to swim into the loading zone. By doing this, you will have reached the Zora's River way earlier than intended. The third method uses the exact same exit but with a different technique. As you can see here, Link can clip through this stone at a very precise angle. The easiest setup for this trick is to target this wall, side hop to the right, press A to roll and let go of Z target in the process. After this, flick forward on the analog stick to face forward. Now press Z target and you will already have the correct angle for this trick. Now side hop to the left a couple times until you hit this corner in the wall. Position yourself in the corner and side hop again. Now press A to roll and you will be in the position. Now pull out your sword and backflip. Now side hop to the right and at about this frame press B to do a jump attack. If done correctly, you should clip right through the stone. Now the cool thing about this loading zone is that it stretches all the way up to the stone. So all we have to do is swim to the right and you'll hit the loading zone. And there you go. That's how you escape Kokiri Forest. The cool way. Here's a glitch we can use to get to the bottom of the well much earlier than intended. We can either use a NAVI dive to do this, or we can use a glitch called the infinite sword glitch. To do this glitch, go to the sign next to the entrance of the graveyard. Hold R to crouch and press B to do a crouch stab. Immediately after you press B, mash A and Link will read the sign. If done correctly, you should see Link's sword glow white. This indicates that the infinite sword glitch is active. With the infinite sword glitch, you can attack anything without even swinging your sword. The glowing blade indicates that the sword is now swinging, but you're not pressing the B button to actually swing the sword. This means that anything that comes in contact with the sword takes damage. While using the infinite sword glitch, Link also loses the ability to jump off ledges. Now we can use the infinite sword glitch to get to the bottom of the well. Once you get the infinite sword glitch, pick up this Kuko right next to the Kuko pen. One thing to note is that if you get too close to the Kuko with infinite sword glitch, Link will attack him, so you'll have to pick up the Kuko quickly. Once you pick up this Kuko, he will literally be in flames. Now walk over to the well and face the opposite direction. Make sure your back is up against one of the walls on the well. Now press R to shield drop the Kuko and do a backflip immediately after. By doing this, Link will fall straight through the water. The reason this happens is because Link is falling during an active cutscene. And for some reason during an active cutscene, the water doesn't behave as it should normally. So Link can just fall right through it. When the camera pans back on Link, simply walk into the bottom of the well entrance. Now that we're in here, we can do some pretty cool glitches to save some time. When you enter the bottom of the well, there's a key that you can grab. Once you have the key, go to a crawl space leading to a locked door. Once Link is on the other side, hold slightly in between down and down left and repeatedly mash A to roll. Once you roll, repeatedly mash A to open the door. If you did everything correctly, you should hear the door opening, but you'll remain in the same room. The reason this happens is because of the way we open the door. If Link opens the door and he walks in, the actors or enemies in that room will load. But because of the way we open the door, the room doesn't load correctly. So if we open the door while the cameras pan on the crawl space, the actors in the other room load and the actors in the room we're already in disappear. Now if you go through the crawl space, you'll notice that none of the enemies spawn and the water does not splash when Link steps in it. This means if we go to this little pool of water, we can just jump straight through the water. Now we can defeat Dead Hand and get the Lens of Truth. Now earlier you heard me talk about the infinite sword glitch. Well, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more details. Getting ISG off of an enemy is actually really easy. Make sure you have your sword out and press R to crouch. Press B to do a crouch stab and immediately press Z and up C. If you did everything correctly, NAVI should give you a description of the enemy, as well as having your sword glow white. Also, I want to let you guys know that the sword is not the only thing you can do ISG with. You can use anything you can crouch stab with, such as the Deku Stick, Megaton Hammer, or anything. Our next glitch is the Door of Time skip, one of the most known skips in Ocarina of Time. We're going to use this gap here to clip through the door and possibly land inside of it. The setup for this glitch is to target the door and walk backwards for a little bit. Once you pass the spiritual stone holder, let go of target and let Link turn around. Afterwards, press Z target and continue to walk backwards again. When Link hits the Door of Time, do a backflip and press A to do a roll. When doing the roll, let go of target. When Link is done doing the roll, flick downwards on the control stick and then flick left afterwards. Now press Z target and you'll be at the perfect angle for this. Now hold slightly down left on the control stick and press A to roll. Afterwards, hold completely down left and mash A to do a side hop. When Link clips through the wall, hold left and then press B to do a jump attack. If you did everything correctly, you should be on the other side of the door. And that's how you do Door of Time skip. Once you have the Master Sword and you're an adult, keep in mind that you can't leave through the actual Door of Time because it's solid on the other side. But what you can do is you can save and reset the game, then open the file, and you'll be on the other side of the door. Now let's move on to something a little bit more interesting. This is a hyper-extended super slide, or HES for short. To do this, backflip and pull out a bomb in midair, then press R to shield drop it. If the A button says grab, move back a little bit so you don't grab the bomb. Right as the bomb explodes, press A to roll. While very slightly holding left or right on the analog stick, press Z and R to shield the bomb damage. If done correctly, Link should travel backwards very fast. To change the angle you're moving at, let go of Z and then press it again to change the angle. In order to maintain your speed, you have to hold the analog stick in this position called ESS position. ESS position is the very slight movement made on the analog stick. Holding left or right on the analog stick will make Link spin in circles, so holding this position is how we get the HES to actually work. Holding too far left or right will make the HES end. Here's a more amusing glitch that you can have fun with. To do this glitch, get in a body of water and then swim backwards. Pause the game and then equip Iron Boots. When you unpause the game, hold forward on the analog stick to swim forward. If done correctly, Link should be swimming on land. You can then take off the Iron Boots to move faster. This glitch has no use in the game, but it's really amusing to look at. I guess you could call him a fish out of water. Kill me. Here's a glitch we can use to get EPONA much earlier than intended. Normally to get EPONA, you'd have to race Ingo with a horse around the track. If you win the race twice, you'll get EPONA, but we're going to skip that using a technique called bomb hovering. To do this, line up on one of the wood fences and target it. Targeting the fence will give you a perfect alignment for this trick. First off, we need to get Infinite Sword glitch. To do this, pull out a bomb and put it down using A. Now press R and B to do a crouch stab. Immediately start mashing A so you pick up the bomb. If done correctly, Link should put his sword away and you'll see his sword glow white in the process. When Link picks up the bomb, throw it so you don't get hurt by the explosion. Now turn around and face the wall again and then target. Now pull out a bomb, shield drop it, and side hop at the same time. Now wait a little bit and put another bomb down. Now move in between both bombs and turn around to face the other way. Right as the first bomb explodes, backflip and do the exact same thing with the other bomb. Now you should be at the correct height. Now backflip over the fence and you'll get EPONA. Now that we have EPONA, we can do some pretty interesting things with her. What we're going to be doing now is the Swordless Link glitch. The easiest way to achieve this glitch is to make it to the final battle with Ganon. When the Master Sword gets knocked away and the battle starts, pull out a bottle with bugs or a fish and then drop them. Now recatch the bugs and then do the following. First do a backflip, then press the bottle button, and then press the item you want to play as an ocarina. Link will then play the item as an ocarina. This glitch is useful for speedruns that don't require you to get the fairy ocarina or the Ocarina of Time. Once you do this, play any of the warp songs to warp to any location. When Link warps to the location of your choice, he will be rendered swordless. The reason this happens is because Ganon knocked out the Master Sword before we did Ocarina items. So if we use Ocarina items to warp to another location while swordless, the game will just render us swordless. So this is by far the easiest way to obtain the Swordless Link glitch. Now that this glitch is activated, we can do some pretty jacked up stuff. First off, we can use items on Epona which we're normally not allowed to do. If you use the Ocarina or one of the magic spells whilst on Epona, Link will just fall right through Epona, and when you press B, you'll be off Epona but you'll still be controlling her. This is known as remote control Epona. If you press the A button, Link will return to Epona no matter how far away you are from her. Using the hookshot while on Epona also makes for a pretty entertaining glitch. If you hookshot anything that Link can hookshot onto and you get off Epona, Link will default to the height that you shot the hookshot at. You can even use the analog stick to move around even though you're using the hookshot. If Link touches the point where he used the hookshot at, he'll be fired straight into the air. This glitch really serves no purpose, but it's an interesting one and I'd recommend you giving it a try. Moving on to the Forest Temple, and there's a pretty cool glitch you can use to skip pretty much the entire dungeon. First, go up the stairs leading to this door and line up with the wall. Now turn around and go into first person mode and get an angle exactly like this. Now do a backflip and you should make it over the railing. Once you're over the railing, walk very slowly until you grab the ledge. Now climb back up the ledge and press Z target. While holding Z target, hold down left on the analog stick and you should clip right through the ledge. Now just press A to drop down and you'll be inside. Now have Link face this black space and then just jump off the ledge. If done correctly, you should land in the Phantom Ganon loading zone. Of course we don't have the bow and arrow, but we can use the hookshot to get some hits on Phantom Ganon. Our last glitch uses Epona and the 10 in Gerudo Valley. If you try to enter the 10 while on Epona at the right angle, the loading zone will trigger and you'll be inside the 10. But the game also thinks that Epona is in the tent with us even though she's not visible. If you have the Serenade of Water, you can warp to Lake Hylia, as this is the only place this glitch will work. When you warp, Epona will be with you, but Link will be invisible. Link is still playable, but he's just not on screen. For some reason, if you use the hookshot while invisible, Link will warp back to Epona and then back to his current location when he stops using it. So what do you guys think? Which glitch do you think is the weirdest in Ocarina of Time? Leave your answers in the comments because I'd love to see what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate the support you've given me. If you guys have any suggestions on what game I should do next, feel free to tell me in the comments or you can private message me. If you want to see much weirder glitches, check out my previous U-Glitch video where I did the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. You can either click the annotation on the screen or you can click the link in the description.